Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I am sitting out here enjoying the outdoors. Let this plane pass. And so I wanted to ask the question because I've heard so many people on YouTube discussing pastors and bishops and their indiscretion. And it's not that I don't feel like that should be opened up to the church and the parishioners. I just feel like some of the information, this is me personally, is a level of gossip that maybe we might want to check in on, and that's just my opinion. Now, the other thing is that I want to go back and remember some of the leaders that I was under and how they made it such a brutal emphasis, there was such brutal emphasis on how we are to cover our leaders, right? And those leaders were in that indiscretion. So I can understand that this information is coming out just like the political leaders being exposed because it's time, but the levels of gossip concerning these areas is what gets to me and some of those in my group. I read in Matthew and I see something that maybe others don't see. I'm sure that there's others that see what I see, but Matthew straight talks about Jesus being a person out in the community. And because the idea of what he was doing was so different, the church, which was the synagogue with the Jews, and the political leaders, the Sadducees, Sadducees, and the Pharisees were the ones that had problems with what he was doing. So are we behind on time with the connection concerning the church and it not really fulfilling its duty to the people? And that's not everyone, because I do know that there's churches that actually fulfill the commitment of community to the people and helping them, but it's just not enough, and I wouldn't call out any names because that would make this more to me of gossip, and that's my opinion. To actually call out people and people follow someone that is getting into people's personal lives, it's enough that some of them have already been exploited. But the other thing is where is your level of responsibility to a person's feelings and emotions? Because none of us are perfect. We've all fallen short of God's glory, right? And so back over in Matthew, when you read about Jesus, when he went to the synagogue and there were people selling things out of the church, he got upset about it. But he never stayed in the church or built a church. And this is where I feel like people have misunderstood maybe what the gospel is saying. A lot of times, I'm going to tell you, I was just like, what is going on with me that I just don't get it? Because I just see this man or individual out in the community serving. A lot of pastors did get into the amount of parishioners they had. When you get into that, the ego is definitely going to get there and take the attention of the individual because they feel like they're the ones that's doing the work instead of the universe or God, or if you serve Buddha, if you practice the other religions, you understand what I'm saying? So when he was out there practicing, it was the people from the synagogue that was against him anyway. So I think that what we have to understand is that time brings about a change, and time is showing us that the church building is not what gets us health, healing, and wellness. It doesn't get us unity. What gets the unity for us is individually finding God within us. And he said, you will know the truth and the truth will make you free. He also said that greater works are in you than those that are in the world. And you really got to look at it, because the world is going to present things to us and people to us. But are we paying attention to us? Are we paying attention to what we think? And I'm not saying on a level where we're leading people wrong, because we've had enough of that. The only place that you can find leadership and righteous leading is within yourself, and that is your connection, with Christ. And so Christ begins to illuminate things, and this is a time of illumination. There's so many things that we were told we shouldn't study, from the church. People are lost because they have followed leaders that really knew for the time and age I believe that they were in, but the time and age that we're in now is different. As you read in Luke 21 and Luke 22, emphasize on 22 where Jesus talks about the water bearer. There's a great connection there. And because you were told something, you really didn't pay attention to the fact that he was giving, or that spirit that he spoke of was giving mysteries and information for us to understand the time of change. So I just wanted to kind of like look at something, because it was kind of baffling me that I've been told to cover my leaders, yet leaders are coming out and throwing people under the bus. I mean, influential leaders, and they are taking part in this, and it's blowing not just me away, but those that I am in a community with. It's leaving people that really trust pastors and leaders. It's leaving them in a place where they don't want to even look at religion anymore or spirituality. And I'll say this here. If you have looked at religion, you should grow from religion to spirituality. You should be ongoing growing. Even in this time with the pandemic, people have had problems with not going to church. You should be able to hold Christ up for yourself. And I'm not saying not collaborate with, your pastors and your leaders. I'm just saying that you should be able to pray for yourself and bless yourself and be in a place where this is not a brokenness. I love the way that some of the leaders are coming on, especially I want to say Bishop Love and them, because I learned a lot more than anything from them in Jacksonville, the church of it's called One Church now. Anyway, very authentic people. They come on every Sunday morning, and they're still teaching the gospel. But from there, what I remembered is their discipline to say, learn, the word for yourself. They were teaching the word, and that you had to get the word in you, seeding in you. And that will open up the doors where you wouldn't be dependent. Society and church, I'm sorry, but it has taught people to be codependent. And that is an area that we are to overcome. Codependency is like addictions. Addictions are smoking. I used to smoke. Taking drugs, needing to be with someone all the time and not needing yourself or knowing that your value, So anyway, you guys hit me back. I know you hear that airplane again. And I wanted to just share my feelings. You guys hit me back at ifwbuilders@gmail.com. And I have a class on the 10th of March at 3 o'clock Mountain Time. It's going to be $40 with my book called Dance with Your Partner, Not Their Confusion. Dance with your partner. You don't have to dance with their confusion. They need to learn how to grow up. And if you the one is bringing confusion, if it's total confusion between you and them, then it's time for you to embrace spirituality. And by no means am I telling you that you have to do anything. I'm just telling you that if you want peace and a life of happiness, then you're going to identify with your own confusion. I mean, that's what I had to do. The unfortunate thing is that when you grow, sometimes your partners don't grow. And that's some of the, information we want to talk about in this relationship class. It's a workshop on relationships. You can use it for partnerships, because in business, sometimes you don't relate well. And you want to know how to overcome, I think, ill will and intimidation. Know that you're confident in yourself and that you can do all things through Christ. So I hope that you heard me through the airplanes. They're not flying now, it seems. Anyway, I'm going to go on and get my walk in, and you guys be blessed and have a wonderful day. Okay? Love you, and stay safe. Oh, yeah. Stay in a mind of purity. No gossiping. Gossiping don't get you the blessing. You know what gets you the blessing? Focus on what you need to focus on. You need that money? Focus on it within yourself. See it coming. You need healing? Focus on healing within yourself. See healing flowing through your body, through every atom, cell, and organ of your body. That's how you do it. You got to get one with you. I and my Father are one. I and my Father are one because I am my Father when I reach to higher heights. I am my mother in spirit, unity, higher heights, going through the veil. Be blessed. And excuse me, because yesterday I did a video and today it's hot out here, or dry, and I forgot to bring my water, but my lips were kind of dry. Blessings.